The characterization of Harry and Meghan Markle's supporters as an army of people on social media who are a danger to truth is a gross misrepresentation. The reality is quite the opposite. It is the British media that poses a significant threat to the truth, as they consistently fabricate stories and slander Harry and Meghan's names for clicks and revenue. This conduct starkly contradicts the principles of journalism, which is supposed to be about sharing factual stories, not gossip. The British media has, unfortunately, become a platform for royal experts to disseminate their fantasies and fictional narratives about Harry and Meghan. These so-called experts often lack genuine information and perpetuate misleading stories, while the royal family remains complicit by allowing these falsehoods to flourish. When Harry and Meghan were still working royals, they quickly became the most popular members of the royal family. However, this popularity threatened the status of other royals, particularly Kate and William. To bolster the latter's popularity, Harry and Meghan were made into scapegoats. Stories about Harry and Meghan required approval from the press office in Kensington Palace, which meant that the palace was complicit in the spread of these stories. By approving and allowing negative stories about Harry and Meghan to circulate, the royal family chose to prioritize their public image over familial loyalty and truth. The Sussex Squad stood up for Harry and Meghan, where the royal family betrayed them. Far from being a threat to the truth, Harry and Meghan's supporters are champions of it, dedicated to challenging the distorted narratives perpetuated by certain media outlets and seeking a fair and balanced portrayal of the couple. The supporters are not a homogeneous group, blindly following a cause without question. They come from all walks of life, united by a shared sense of fairness and a belief that everyone deserves to be treated with respect, regardless of their royal status or public persona. They see the relentless attacks on Harry and Meghan as unjust and seek to counter the negativity with positivity and truth, striving to create a more balanced narrative. Their actions are not driven by blind devotion, but by a desire to see fairness prevail and to ensure that the truth, often obscured by sensationalized headlines, is brought to light. Let's talk about the toxic British media for a minute. The British media landscape, particularly the tabloid press, has long been criticized for its sensationalist approach to reporting, often prioritizing sensationalism over factual accuracy. Profiting from scandal and controversy, these outlets prioritize clicks and sales over journalistic integrity, often resorting to exaggeration, misrepresentation, and outright fabrication to spin compelling narratives that captivate the public's attention. Harry and Meghan, thrust into the global spotlight, became easy targets for this brand of irresponsible journalism, with their every move becoming fodder for sensationalist stories. Their every move scrutinized, their words twisted, and their actions misconstrued. The couple has been subjected to a relentless barrage of negative press, much of it based on flimsy evidence or outright falsehoods, designed to paint them in a negative light. One only needs to examine the headlines to see the blatant bias and disregard for truth, with stories often crafted to fit a predetermined narrative. Accusations of diva behavior, extravagant spending, and family feuds have become commonplace, often based on anonymous sources or the interpretations of so-called royal experts who speculate without substantial evidence. These stories, lacking in substance and factual accuracy, are nonetheless presented as truth, shaping public perception and fueling the flames of negativity surrounding the Sussexes, creating a distorted image of the couple. The British media's obsession with Harry and Meghan goes beyond mere reporting. It often a deliberate campaign to discredit and vilify the couple, perpetuating a cycle of negativity. Adding fuel to the fire of misinformation are the self-proclaimed royal experts who populate television screens and newspaper columns, offering their opinions on every aspect of Harry and Meghan's lives. These so-called experts often present themselves with an air of authority, despite having little to no direct connection to the couple. The reality, however, is far less glamorous. Many of these so-called experts are nothing more than peddlers of gossip and speculation, their opinions often based on hearsay, conjecture, and a desire to remain in the good graces of the palace. Their primary goal is to maintain their relevance and visibility in the media landscape. Their analysis is often laced with criticism, perpetuating negative stereotypes about Harry and Meghan and fueling the narrative of a rebellious couple at odds with tradition. This narrative is not only misleading, but also harmful, as it paints a one-dimensional picture of a complex situation. They dissect their every move, scrutinize their fashion choices, and analyze their body language, searching for any hint of scandal or wrongdoing. This relentless scrutiny creates an environment where every action and decision made by Harry and Meghan is subject to public judgment. These interpretations, presented as expert analysis, are then amplified by the media, further cementing the negative perception of the Sussexes in the public eye. Their lack of accountability, coupled with their desire to generate headlines, often leads to the perpetuation of falsehoods and the amplification of unfounded rumors. Therefore, the claim that Harry and Meghan's supporters are the problem is a deflection from the real issue: the British media's relentless pursuit of profit through the dissemination of falsehoods. These supporters, the Sussex Squad, are not the problem. They are part of the solution. They stand against the lies and half-truths propagated by the media and the palace. They advocate for a narrative based on truth and fairness, countering the unjust treatment that Harry and Meghan have faced. The supporters of Harry and Meghan are committed to rectifying the skewed narrative that has been built around the couple. They stand for truth in a world where misinformation is rampant, and they challenge the status quo perpetuated by the British media and the royal family. Their advocacy is not about blind loyalty, but about demanding honesty and integrity in how public figures are treated and represented. Harry and Meghan's experience with the media has been nothing short of a character assassination. The couple has been subjected to relentless scrutiny and criticism, much of which has been unfounded and driven by ulterior motives. Their supporters recognize this and strive to defend them against such baseless attacks. They are aware that the media's portrayal of Harry and Meghan is often influenced by an agenda to protect other members of the royal family, even if it means sacrificing the truth. As Dr Shola said, they want Harry and Meghan dead. The royal family does nothing to stop this language of hate perpetuated against them. And that's where the Sussex Squad comes in. We are not a danger to the truth. We are champions of it, standing against a tide of misinformation and defending the couple against unjust and unfounded attacks. The real danger to truth lies within the British media's willingness to fabricate stories for profit and the royal family's complicity in allowing these false narratives to flourish. We stand for Harry and Meghan because, in a world where their own family chose popularity over truth, someone had to stand up for what is right.